278. Okay, well, 278 in the Ramah. Hago ve'in odom yotzi b'neiros beis hakneses. The lighting of the shul, they light the Chanukah menorah in the shul. One is not yotzi with those candles, even the one who had lit it. V'tzorach lazul lahadlik b'beiso. One has to light again at home, in one's home. V'noagin lahadlik beis haknes bein mincha l'mayriv. You light in shul between mincha and mayriv. V'yesh noagin lahadlik be'erev Shabbos kodem mincha. Okay, erev Shabbos is not so simple. Before mincha, usually most people see in the Mishnah Berurah, mincha erev Shabbos we daven mincha early to be able to light right before we leave the shul. But he says there's a minhag that you light erev Shabbos before mincha. V'imrotzim lamar lispala la'achar. You have no choice. Friday, what are you supposed to do? You can't light after sundown, the Shabbos. So you have to put enough oil in the candle that it should burn a half an hour after nightfall. Right? So you have to figure out the amount of time, how much oil you need. So if you use a candle, you have to use a much larger candle to make sure it's going to burn that long. Let's say you're in the rush, so let's say you light one candle, and the Shlich Tzibur, he starts the davening. Okay, we'll see the Mishnah Berurah on that. Let's see the Mishnah Berurah. Memhei, B'tzorach lachzul hadlik, afila Shlich Tzibur sheberach beis hakneses. Even the one who actually lit the candles in shul and said the bracha, tzorach lachzul hadlik bebeso. He has to light again in his home. The yeshchiva kol echad hadlik bebeso. Right? It's ish neru beso. It's each person in his household. Komok layazlo bebeso bircha shechianu is important. Shechianu we should not say again. Im lo shemadlik lahotzi ishto ubnei beso. It's important. You hear this? When you say shechianu, what are you saying shechianu on? You're saying shechianu on the Yom Tif, right? On Chanukah. So shechianu you yotzei. Okay, so because you already yotzei on the shechianu for the Yom Tif, there's no point in saying it again. What's the mitzvah? The mitzvah is to light the candles. So in terms of the Yom Tov, you said Shechianu. So now you're doing a lighting of your personal obligation. So that you have to say Ladlik Ner Shel Chanukah again. That you have to say. But what about if you have to be Motzi your family, your wife, or your children? So you have Motzi the Shemei Koner. So again, so you say Shechianu. It's no worse than if you said your own Kiddush. You said Shechianu, and now you want to be Motzi your family. Again, you say Shechianu because they weren't Yotzi yet. Lad Beis HaKnesses Bein Mitcho Ma'ariv. Even though we normally light, it's nightfall. Let's say you normally light 45 minutes, some people 42 minutes after Shkia. So it's nightfall. Even though it's a little bit earlier, because people have gathered. Because what is the whole idea in shul? It's Pirsumi Nisa. So when do the people gather? If the Ma'ariv people are running out. So when people are between Mincha and Ma'ariv, they're still there because they're waiting for Ma'ariv. So you have everybody's intention, so that's really the best time to light, although you're lighting earlier. Besides what it's Tzibura. So you light afterwards, that means you're holding people back. They want to go home. So therefore, the optimum time to light in shul is between Mincha and Ma'ariv for this reason. He says, besides that, it's not only Tirchet Tzibura holding them up, people want to go home, they have to light at home. Because you're supposed to light at the beginning of nightfall. You're not supposed to delay later. So therefore, you finish Ma'ariv quickly in shul, people should be able to get home, and then afterwards they'll light at home in the proper time. I mean, like Erev Shabbos, we light, when do we light? It has to be after Plaga Mincha. Right? You have to light, it's similar to, you can Kabbalah Shabbos Friday afternoon up to a certain point. Let's say you want to start Shabbos 11 o'clock Friday morning. You can't, it's too early. You need minimally a certain amount of time after midday. That already has relevance to the nighttime period. That's Plaga Mincha. So just as accepting Shabbos or lighting Shabbos candles, the same thing with Ner Hanukkah. You have to light it from Plaga Mincha onward. You light it too early, it's not considered lighting. So let's say for whatever reasons, b'di'evid, during the week it's not Friday. and you light the candles. B'diavad you yotze. Also yotze, because factually that time, but again, it has to burn long enough into the nighttime period. Let's say it burns out after half an hour, it's still daylight. It's nothing, right? So you have to light it that it should burn long enough into the nighttime period. Now, half an hour into beyond Tzeis. Nighttime is Tzeis HaKochavim. So that's burned from Tzeis HaKochavim half an hour beyond that point. Okay? See, there's a question which they ask, they discuss. We rule, as we'll discuss in a moment, hadlokos a mitzvah. The mitzvah is the lighting, so therefore if you light, it goes out immediately. Where you lit in a location where it could have burnt a half an hour. So let's say somebody came afterwards, blew out the candles. You don't have to relight the candles, right? So the question is, the Gemara says in Psochim that it says Botkin chometz loraner at nighttime. So the question, why nighttime? Because a light is only effective at nighttime. It only has value. Because during daytime you have the sun. You have sunlight. So therefore the light fire has no value during the day in terms of illumination. So when does it value? At nighttime. So therefore if you light, let's say Tzeis HaKochavim, you hold hadlokos a mitzvah. So what is the mitzvah? The light, some kindling at a time where the kindling creates an illumination. That's if you hold hadlokos a mitzvah. But if you light, let's say Friday afternoon, you have no choice. But when you're lighting, when are you lighting? If the mitzvah is the lighting, so you're creating illumination at what period of time? When the fire has no value. Right? So if it has no value, why does it have? If you say it's not hadlokos a mitzvah, it's the period of time that it burns. The mitzvah is it should burn. And therefore if it goes out, you have to relight it. So good. So because you've lit it, that it should burn into a time where it will illuminate, therefore it's okay. But if you hold the mitzvah is at the time that you light, at the time you light, the lighting has no value. So even though it burns later, why should it have any value? It's a question. They deal with this issue. So they say you have no choice. What are you supposed to do? Erev Shabbos. Erev Shabbos, you have no choice. You can't light on Shabbos, right? If you're supposed to light 8 days, Shabbos is one of the days included. You have no choice. Okay, so that's what we do. So what would be during the week if you would light too early? Maybe you won't be Yotzei because of this. But others say, b'diavad, you are Yotzei. You are Yotzei, like in Shul was saying. Even though normally we light at night, but in Shul we light between Mincha and Ma'ariv because we don't want to hold people back. Or we want to get the maximum number of people to create Persumi Nisa. But if actually it's too early. The answer is, since it's after Plag, it's okay. It's okay. So we see that we're relying on this opinion that even during the week, not only Friday afternoon, if you light early, it's considered valid lighting. In Shul, it's l'chatchila. At home, it's a b'diavad. It's not the right way to do it at home. But in Shul, for maximum publicity, Persumi Nisa, we do it in Shul. No, it has to last. It has to last. It has to last. Shul, if it doesn't last, then it's not valid. No, so good. Whoever person has to be responsible. Right today, it's nobody. You have all these pre-filled oil vials. It's not a problem. It burns long enough. Smoky Bear cookies. What does Smoky Bear say? Alan Spiegel was brought up in where? Babylon. Okay. No, I know if the walls of Jericho or Babylon. Okay. They didn't worry about these things in those days.
They learned at night, they didn't have to worry about fire.
The only time it's mentioned we'll worry about fire, the Gemara says in Sukkah, that if you have a small Sukkah, you keep the candelabra outside, because if you keep it inside, you're going to burn the Sukkah down. It's the only mention of worried about fire. There was always somebody in the shul. There was always the poor people were there, didn't have where to go, there were always people watching. Okay, you have to worry about these things. Today, got a 30-room house, okay, and then, yeah, 100%. Yep. He says, although, he says, Kodim Mincho, Mem Zayin. His Erev Shabbos they light before Mincha. Okay? This is why we do it differently. But he says, Chen Kos Marshal, that Erev Shabbos we light before Mincha. Avadar Kamosh Koser Sheino Nogim came. Elo Ap Erev Shabbos Madlikin Beis HaKnesset Bein Mincha L'Ma'ariv. between Mincha and Ma'ariv. B'shosha olam maschila niskabetz ika p'sumi niso, achenim ha'olam misachrim lovo, v'terem shiyovo minyan beis hakneses yiskari sheyob. You have shuls, they saw Mincha, it's late. By the time they finish Mincha, it's already after Shkia. So if you light the menorah between Mincha and Ma'ariv, Erev Shabbos, you got a problem, right? Lo yamtim klal, then you shouldn't wait for these. There you have to light right away, because otherwise you're going to end up, you're not going to light the menorah in shul. Eli yivorech v'yadlik miyad afil koda mincha. You write the moment you come, because you can't wait for the people. To mikol mokum yikol b'sumi niso. In fact, you'll have it, because when they'll come afterwards, the menorah factually is going to burn, even though they won't be there for the actual lighting, but they're going to be there, mincha into Kabbalah Shabbos, they'll see it. Ro'am aneros linyan yochid. El kamon sof simin tovrish ayin tes b'shubur. How do we conduct ourselves as individuals? No, we do. That is the minhag. The minhag is we do mincha gedola. But factually, when we do mincha gedola, we don't light in shul. It's when we come back, they light it again. But because that's he says you should look late. That's on a personal level. On a personal level, you should have mincha before you light Hanukkah candles. So that's what we daven early mincha Friday afternoon. This is lachatchila. Then we go home, light the Hanukkah lights right before we leave for shul. Then the wife does hadlokas neiros. Then we go to shul. That's where we do it. V'imrotzen l'mayer v'davke boven zeh avlavochi tov yoseh sheigmor ba'atzma mitzvah shizchubot. The one who lights, it's not enough. He kindles the first one and gives it over to someone else. He should light all the lights. Yuchla shamish v'abrocha chol alo echot shehidlik. Dihi ho'ikar asharein ela hidur mitzvah ba'almo. Dim bebeisuk shemizdamen lo ezadav nochot. Important. Person lights Hanukkah light. Something comes up, and he has to stop. Go do something else. No, Alan, medical emergency. You light one candle, you get a call. You tell you what, finish lighting the candles. Is it okay? You say, forget about it. Since you're not lighting all of them, you just stop at that. Just leave it. He says, no. If something important comes up, you could have la'acher shehidlik echod mehem yuchal la'acher lahashlim b'shvilo esheran neros. You could have somebody else light the rest of the candles. You get an important call, you have to take it. You have no choice. Even it's not pikuach nefesh. Something you have to take for whatever reason. You're able to interrupt, have somebody else take over, and continue.
And if somebody taking over, does he have to say the Bible?
No. Of course, it's only it's hiddur mitzvah. It's hiddur mitzvah. It's hiddur. Because the base mitzvah is one candle. The rest is hiddur. No. The one who takes over lights the rest. Let's say it's the fifth night. You yotze with one. That's the reason why the other person can take over. If you're not yotze, unless you've lit all of them, so of course you have to light all of them. That's what he says. Since it's only for hiddur, that's why the person. You know what? This is similar to the Mishnah in Yuma. The Mishnah is the Kohen Gadol. You know, he had to do many things. He does the shechita. Only he's qualified to do the avodah. He receives the blood immediately, and he has somebody else finishing the shechita. He already slaughtered the majority, but to go a little further, another Kohen takes over because it's not really the shechita already was completed. It's just to do it more complete.
But it has to be another Kohen.
No, it doesn't have to be another Kohen. It doesn't have to be. It happens to be another Kohen because a non-Kohen is not in that location on Yom Kippur. But it doesn't have to be another Kohen. So another Kohen takes over. He finishes off the shechita. So over there, it's a concept like a hiddur to make it more complete. Because the shechita, no one's qualified to do any of the avodah on Yom Kippur is only the Kohen Gadol. Nobody else is qualified. Okay, let's see the Chovos HaLevavos.